your Storm Tracker 13 forecast first. Sponsored by George Sink Injury Lawyers.
Good afternoon and happy Tuesday. If you were along the beach, hopefully you started to head indoors once you heard the thunder. We had some quick showers popping up along the coast. They started down in Georgetown, a lot of lightning there in Myrtle Beach, and right now still raining along the North Strand. Didn't really go past Conway or Longs, but we are dealing with a few of those showers and storms, and several of them will keep popping up. Myrtle Beach was at 90. The rain moved through. Now temperatures down to a nice 81. Not that bad now. It is going to stay breezy for the remainder of today with winds out of the south up to 20, but gusting higher than that around 30. We will continue to deal with on and off showers and thunderstorms. Once we get into the evening, rain's going to wrap up. It's still going to be very humid later tonight with temperatures in the mid 80s by 9 p.m.
Coverage you can count on at noon starts now.
Thank you for joining us for local coverage you can count on. I'm Jevin McCoskey. We begin with new details regarding the funeral schedule for the late Senator Lindsey Graham. A funeral service will be held in Washington next Tuesday, followed by a service in South Carolina the following day on the 29th. In Washington, Graham's remains will be carried into the Capitol Rotunda, where a short service will be held, which will be live streamed. After that, he will be taken to the National Cathedral, where the service there begins at 2 p.m. for invitations only. President Trump is expected to give a tribute to Graham. The service for the 29th will begin at the South Carolina State House at 10:45 in the morning. The procession will continue down Main Street to the First Baptist Church of Columbia. The public is invited to pay their respects along the route. Seating inside the church will be first come, first serve. The services will be followed by a private family burial in Pickens County. News 13 is your local election headquarters, and the new filing period now is open for the special Republican primary election to fill late Senator Lindsey Graham's seat. The ballot is already getting pretty crowded, so let's go ahead and take a look at who's announced their run for the seat. Interim Senator Darlene Graham, Lindsey Graham's sister, told CBS yesterday that she will run to fill the seat. Darlene has 30 years of experience in state government. She was sworn in last week to serve out the remainder of her brother's term and has the endorsement of President Trump. 7th District Congressman Russell Fry also announced his bid for the Senate seat. Fry spoke with our sister station in Spartanburg and says he's ready to serve even without an endorsement from the president.
We're prepared to deliver results. We understand the legislative process. We understand what's at stake for our country and our children, and that's why I'm in this race right now.
5th Congressional District Congressman Ralph Norman, businessman Mark Lynch, and Duke Buckner announced their bids over the weekend. We have also learned that U.S. Representative Nancy Mace is not planning to run, saying she is, quote, unfinished business fighting for the rights of women and girls. Filing for the special Republican primary began just a few minutes ago at noon and closes at noon on Tuesday, the 28th. Early voting will happen August 5th through the 7th, with primary day on Tuesday, August 11th. The winner will face Democrat Dr. Annie Andrews in the November general election. A Virginia man is dead after a crash in North Myrtle Beach. According to the Horry County Coroner's Office, the crash happened along North Ocean Boulevard on Saturday. The victim, Lloyd Shelton of Virginia, was taken to the hospital where he later died. The North Myrtle Beach Police Department is investigating. 3 people were sent to the hospital following a crash in Horry County that involved a police officer. Horry County Fire Rescue says it happened around 9 last night in the area of Socastee Boulevard and Village Drive. Lanes of traffic were blocked off for some time. South Carolina Highway Patrol is investigating with the help of the Horry County Police Department. 2 people, including a pediatric patient, were taken to the hospital following a crash in Florence County. Florence County Fire Rescue says just after 8 last night on Clawson Road, 2 people became trapped in their car after it overturned into a ditch. Crews say people nearby helped get them out of the vehicle before emergency crews arrived. We're told the 2 were taken to the hospital. No word on their conditions. The crash remains under investigation by the Highway Patrol. Happening today, the city of Florence will begin updating its sewer force main and lift station on Malden Drive. Complete Utilities will be working from Wakefield Street to Second Loop Road along Malden as part of this improvement. The project is expected to take 3 to 4 months to complete. Residents should expect temporary lane closures during this time. The Florence-Darlington Technical College has named its new acting president. The college's area commission unanimously voted to appoint Dr. Marilyn Murph IV as acting president. This comes after Dr. Jermaine Ford resigned as president back in May. She brings more than 5 decades of experience in higher education leadership to the college. Dr. Ford recently announced her retirement as president of Horry Georgetown Technical College after 51 years of service, having been their president since 2017. She will officially begin her new role following her retirement from HGTC on July 31st.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
The time now is 12:05, and we're seeing a decent amount of some thunderstorm activity across Horry County. Most of it has already crossed 501, but some light showers still along the North Strand. You can see not raining, but roads are wet. This is near Harrelson Boulevard on 17. A little more to the north of that at 17 and 22. They are mostly dealing with light rain. The heavier downpours are actually still pushed a little more inland, moving through Longs right now. One thing for this camera is look at the Little River Swing Bridge, how much this camera is bouncing back and forth. It is going to be very windy and breezy for today with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Drive times a little slow though, still around CCU, but Florence and the rest of the interstate, no rain. Your roads are nice and dry and it is sunny. The drive time for downtown Florence is 5 minutes from 5 Points to Irby.
Hannah, thank you. Top Pentagon officials will be on Capitol Hill today as the U.S. and Iran exchange strikes for a 10th straight day. Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley has the details from Capitol Hill.
We also know the Senate is expected to hold another war powers vote as early as this week. Today's hearing of top defense officials comes at a pivotal moment. The U.S. says its strikes are weakening Iran's military capabilities, but as the conflict expands, lawmakers from both parties want to know the endgame.
This war has cost us American lives. This war has cost us tens upon tens of billions of dollars, and we are getting nothing in return.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Dan Kane, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, are expected to face lawmakers later today. Their appearance comes as the Pentagon now admits nearly 100 U.S. troops have been injured over the past several weeks. 3 were killed over the weekend. They were identified as 25-year-old First Lieutenant Tyler James Feehan of Hawaii and 19-year-old Private Isabella Gonzalez of Texas, along with 30-year-old Sergeant Michael Emmanuel Swinton of North Carolina. The number of American troop deaths in the Iran war now stands at 17. President Donald Trump warning on social media that every time Iran kills an American service member, quote, they will pay for that killing many times over. The administration says they're still open to negotiating with Iran.
We've tried multiple times with Iran, and we'll continue to try. If that door opens, we'll be happy to see it open.
Democrats say they want answers about the administration's strategy and how it plans to prevent a wider war.
It is the president's incompetence that has made our world less safe and stable than the day that he started this war.
And the remains of those 3 service members are expected to return to the United States tomorrow. Reporting in Washington, I'm Trevor Shirley for News Nation.
The Food and Drug Administration is doubling down on its investigation into a lettuce supplier following a cyclospora outbreak. The FDA said over the weekend that a positive test result from samples of lettuce from California-based Taylor Farms was a false positive. More than 1,600 people in dozens of states have been sickened by the parasite, which causes gastrointestinal illness. The outbreak was initially linked to lettuce served at Taco Bell restaurants in 5 states. Taylor Farms initiated a voluntary recall of some lettuce products originating from its central Mexico farms. Public health experts tell CBS News a false positive isn't that uncommon in a laboratory.
With things like cyclospora, it's much more difficult to recreate it in the lab, which means that it's harder to run tests. It also means that you're more likely to get either false positives or false negatives. And in this case, there was a false positive where the test showed that it was there, but then a second and third test showed that it was not.
Taco Bell's CEO released a statement to fans Monday promising to put safety first and adding, quote, there is a better way forward and we are going to lead the way.
Take a dip in this 150-foot-long pool. I'm Wendy Gillette with lush new accommodations in the Maldives despite a slump in tourism.
And heat advisories have been issued nearly area-wide once again with feel-like temperatures back over 100. We're also going to be dodging some rain for the next couple of days. We're going to have all these details next after the break.